जी माताजी हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा माताजी।
हरे कृष्णा माताजी। Just give me a few minutes. I'm just putting this away.
Yeah.
But 5 minutes. I can start with the Mangalacharan. Om Gnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swaparantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Tapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsya. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hare Priye. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Can everyone hear? Can everyone hear now?
Yes
Hare
माताजी।
Krishna.
Yes माताजी।
I should click on speaker on. Okay. Can you hear now? Because I can hear. Okay.
Yes माताजी।
Oh, okay. Because I didn't have the speaker on, so that I wasn't hearing much. Okay. Anchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Dev Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Oh, glasses. Today, Mother Savitri had started this Brahma Samhita, And she's asking me to follow it. Go for, like she did the 2 verses, the Govinda Adi Purusham Stotra. Let me open the book. It's not staying. Okay, text number. Page it is 20. It is 29 and 30 the last time. And now today is the 31, the verse number 31. She had already introduced the introduction about the Brahma Samhita, and she has done very nicely, very giving us so much nectar. So I'm going to try to do something. I don't know if I will be able to do or not, but please, all of you, bless me. And if I do some mistakes, please forgive me. Alola Chandra Kalasad Vanamalya Vamshi Ratnangadam Pranaya Keli Kala Vilasam Shyamam Tripangalalitam Niyata Prakasham Govindamadi Purusam Tamaham Bhajami. The word-to-word meaning and translation and purport by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ke Jai. And so by Prabhupada has also, when devotees when devotees found this, or when Prabhupada found this, it was there anyway. So Bhakti Siddhanta had translated and given purpose. So then Prabhupada's disciple asked if we can do some proofreading or editing. So Prabhupada said, no, you should just print it as it is. So this is how what we are going to read. It's the same as Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada has translated and given purport to. The word-to-word meaning, Alola, swinging, Chandraka, with a moon locket, Lasat, beautified, Vanamalya, garland of flowers, Vamsi, flute, Ratnangadam, adorned with jewel ornaments, Pranaya, of love, Keli Kala, in pastimes, Vilasam, who always revels, Shyamam, Shyamasundar, Tribhanga, bending in 3 places, Lalitam, graceful, Niyata, eternally, Prakasham, manifest, Govindam, Govinda, Adi Purusham, the original person, Tam, him, Aham, I, Bhajami, worship. Now the translation, I'm going to read. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, round whose neck is swinging a garland of flowers beautified with moon locket, whose 2 hands are adorned with the flute and jewel ornaments, who always revels in pastimes of love, whose graceful 3-fold bending form of Shyamasundar is eternally manifest. So in the purport, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada is saying, as in the shlok, beginning with Chintamani Prakara Sadmashu, the first of this Govinda Sutra, Govinda Madhipurusham Sutra. Now today we are reading the third one. So in these first two slokas, this is what Prabhupada has explained. In the slok beginning with Chintamani Prakara, the transcendental vision and the spiritual names of Govinda. In the slok beginning with Venum Kvanantam, the eternal beautiful form of Govinda. And in this sloka, the amorous pastimes of Govinda, the embodiment of his 64 excellences, have been described. All the spiritual affairs that come within the scope of description in the narration of the ecstatic mellow quality, is rasa, are included in the spiritual amorous sports of Govinda. So here we have the Prabhupada mention about the Venu flute. Yes, Venum Kunantam in the second verse. And, so in the Nectar of Devotion, I have found that Krishna has a flute, and they have it says but three kinds. My marker came out. Okay. Yes, the Krishna's flute. In English, we have this one word for the flute, but Krishna's flute in Sanskrit, there are three words are mentioned. So here, in the Nectar of Devotion, and so the Krishna's flute. As far as his flute is concerned, it is said that the vibration of this wonderful instrument was able to break the meditation of the greatest sages. Krishna was thus challenging Cupid by advertising his transcendental glories all over the world. There are three kinds of flutes used by Krishna. One is called Venu, one is called Murali, and the third is called Vamshi. Venu is very small, not more than 6 inches long, with 6 holes for whistling. Hare Krishna. Murali is about 18 inches long, with a hole at the end and 4 holes on the body of the flute. This kind of flute produces a very enchanting sound. The Vamshi flute is about 15 inches long, with 9 holes on its body. Krishna used to play on these 3 flutes occasionally when they were needed. Krishna has a longer Vamshi, which is called Mahananda or Sammohini. When it is still longer, it is called Akarshini. So many differences. When it is even longer, it is called Anandini. The Anandini flute is very pleasing to the cowherd voice and is technically named Vanshuli. These flutes were sometimes bedecked with jewels. Sometimes they were made of marble and sometimes of hollow bamboo. When the flute is made of jewels, it is called Sammohini. When made of gold, it is called Akarshini. So this is a description we found in the Nectar of Devotion. And then also in purport, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta has also explained about the 64 excellences. So this is the Prabhupada has in so many places has translated some that is to our understanding 64 artistic abilities, 64 qualities like that. So that have been also described. So now, and also it says in the flower garland, the jewel is hanging, the moon locket. It's called Chandraka. So there's a flower garland is usually made with 5 different kinds of flowers and nice fragrant flowers, different colors, and different species of flowers, different kind of flowers. So then it's all that called is Vaijayanti Mala. So it's not mentioned here, but so many other poems about Krishna wearing Vaijayanti Mala is described. So this is in the Mayapur, Radha Madhav, they make garlands with 5 different kinds of flowers, very beautiful garlands. So that is what he wears, and he says that he is Govinda, his eternal form of Govinda. So that's his name, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. His name is Govinda. Govinda's meaning is also that is pleasing to the cows. Go means senses, and Vinda means giving pleasure. Govinda, giving and also to the cows, giving pleasures to cows. Go means also earth, so then giving pleasure to earth also when he walks on the earth. And everybody knows when we see Govinda with the cow, he's embracing the cows and he loves the cows. So, and we also in the Krishna book we heard about the Indra when he pours incessant rains to drown the inhabitants of Vrindavan. And because he was his yajna was stopped, worship of Indra was stopped, so he did this because he got angry and he wants to take a revenge. So he did that. So that time, then he after his ego is flattened by Sri Krishna, he lifted the Govardhan hill and he protected all the Brajavasis and all the cows like that. So then Indra later on comes and begs pardon and wants to worship him. And the Surabhi cow also comes and she's bathing with her milk. And Indra also asks Airavati, that's his elephant, he rides on Airavati. So he got the water from the Alakananda, from the Swarga, and from the heavenly planets, and also bathes to the Abhishek of Govinda. So that time, after that his name was announced as Govinda. So now we'll read the next verse, number 32, text number 32. Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti pashyanti panti kalayanti chidam jaganti ananda chinmaya sagu ujjvala vigrahasya govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Word-to-word meaning, translation and purport by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Angani, the limbs, Yasya, of whom? Sakala Indriya, of all the organs, Vritti Mandi, possessing the functions, Pashyanti, see, Panti, maintain, Kalayanti, manifest, Chiram, eternally, Jaganti, the universes, Ananda, bliss, Chit, truth, Maya, full of, not Maya, Maya, full of, Sat, substantiality, Ujjvala, full of dazzling splendor, Vigraha, whose form, Govindam, Govind, Adi Purusham, this original person, Tam, him, I, Bhajami, Bashu. Now this translation, I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and is thus full of the most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of that transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs, and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane. So we'll just talk a little bit about this. I know Prabhupada has explained everything. Let's see the purport. I will read the purport. For want of a taste of things spiritual, a grave doubt arises in the minds of those who are enchained by worldly knowledge. It's very specific about the worldly knowledge cannot give us any spiritual taste. Only this spiritual knowledge that can give us some spiritual taste, because spiritual is full of Ananda Chinmaya Rasa. So that's why it gives us a taste. But the taste in the Sanskrit is called rasa. Rasa. On hearing a narration of the pastimes of Krishna, they think that the truth, tattva, regarding Krishna is the mental concoction of certain learned scholars. This is what they are thinking, who are thinking this, because they have doubt, because they have not undergone getting spiritual things or spiritual knowledge. So they have doubts, and that's why they think like this, that Krishna Tattva, Krishna in truth, Tattva, is mental concoction of learned scholar, created by their imaginative brains out of material drawn from the mundane principles. Because they are on a mundane platform, they are not on a spiritual platform, and they don't want to learn or hear or understand the spiritual principles. With the object of removing this harmful doubt, because this doubt is very harmful. We cannot go any further than suffering in this material world, this birth after birth, if we don't understand the spiritual, the truth about Krishna. So that's why Bhakti Siddhanta is very kindly explained to us Now I'm reading the purport again. Brahma in this and the three following shlokas, after distinguishing between the two things, that is, spirit and matter, in a rational manner, has tried to make one understand the pure Leela of Krishna, obtained by his unmixed Krishna, the electricity. Okay. Unmixed ecstatic trance. What's happening to light? I'm sorry, the light has just gone up. Krishna. It just came. Okay. Maybe I should go out then, so I can read through by the window. Okay. After distinguishing between the two things, that is spirit and matter, in a rational manner, has tried to make one understand the pure Leela of Krishna, obtained by his unmixed ecstatic trance. Brahma wants to say that the form of Krishna is all existence, all knowledge, and all bliss, Satchit Ananda. Whereas all mundane experiences are full of palpable ignorance. Palpable. It's a palpable, P-A-L-P-A-B-E-L-E, palpable. Although there is specific difference between the two, the fundamental truth is that spiritual affairs constitute the absolute source. Specification and variegatedness are ever present in it. By them are established the transcendental abode, form, name, quality, and sports of Krishna. It is only by a person possessed of pure spiritual knowledge and freedom from any relationship with Maya that those amorous pastimes of Krishna can at all be appreciated. So maybe we'll just say one more thing. Okay. Oh, good. It is only a person possessed of pure spiritual knowledge and freedom from any relationship with Maya that those amorous pastimes of Krishna can at all be appreciated. So this is very much difference. This is one who is not spiritually inclined, who does not want to know about Krishna, the truth about Krishna, from this proper source, proper authority, then they cannot appreciate it. And they just criticize. So, and that's why when they criticize the Lord, and then also who are worshipping the Lord, the devotees criticize. And that's how they cannot become free from any kind of suffering. They are always will be suffering. The spiritual abode, the seat of pastimes, emanated from the Chit potency and formed of Chintamani, transcendental philosopher's stone. That's what here says, the Chintamani. And the figure of Krishna are all spiritual. Just as Maya is a perverted reflection of the spiritual potency, the variegatedness created by Maya that is ignorance, is also a perverted reflection of spiritual variegatedness. So a mere semblance of the spiritual variegatedness is only noticed in this mundane world. Yes. Excuse me for just 1 minute. We'll go in different room. Maybe. It was made dark because the light wasn't working in the room. Okay, now okay, it is okay. So the Maya ignorance is also a perverted reflection of spiritual variegatedness. So we see here in this mundane world so much variegatedness, different kinds of people, persons, different kinds of animals, trees, birds, beasts, so many things. So all the varieties they are here, it's a reflection, perverted reflection from the spiritual world, from Govinda Loka. So a mere semblance of the spiritual variegatedness is only noticed in this mundane world. Notwithstanding such semblance, the two are wholly different from one another. They may look the same in appearance, but they are completely different. Because in this material world, everything is made of achit, potency, Maya Shakti. And in a spiritual world, Govinda, Krishna, the Krishna Loka, it's everything spiritual and it's permanent. While here in the material world, it's temporary. Everything is temporary. It's not false, but it's temporary. Doesn't last long. The unwholesomeness of matter is its defect. But in the spirit, there is variegatedness which is free from any fault or contamination. Thus, I'm reading the purport. The soul and the body of Krishna are identical, whereas the body and the soul of fallen creatures are not so. In the spiritual sphere, there is no such differences as that between the body and soul, between the limbs and their proprietor, between the attributes and the object possessing them of this world. But such difference really exists in the case of conditioned souls. Limbed though Krishna is, every limb is the whole entity. He performs all varieties of divine spiritual functions with every one of his limbs. With Krishna, whatever he does is all spiritual, every function. And we have also read in Srimad Bhagavatam, we have learned that he glances over the material nature, and that's how he impregnates the material nature. And all the living entities are come about in the material world. So, and from his pore on the skin pore, all the universes are coming out from him in the seed form, and then expands like that. So he all his activities are very wonderful, and he can do omnipotent. He does everything with, and they are all spiritual. His activities are spiritual. In Bhagavad Gita also he says, Divya, Krishna's karmas are all divine. Divya. Devi is Janma karma chame divyam. His Janma means appearance. When he, for the us, we take birth. It's called Janma in Sanskrit. But with Krishna, he descends. So then in Sanskrit it's called avatar. Or the other words, I don't know, avatar, yes. But he comes, when Krishna comes, he same. But others are their incarnations, like Nrsimha, Ram, Kurma, all these, they are different avatars, just also. And but Krishna comes, he himself, in the Krishna book is described, that Prabhupada has mentioned, that when Krishna comes, all his incarnations come with him, all the Narayan, all the Vishnu, everyone. So when Krishna comes, he just enjoys, and all the incarnations, they all help him enjoy, and they do all the seva, always serve the Krishna. Balram also serves Krishna. He's Adi Guru. He performs all varieties of divine spiritual functions with every one of his limbs. Hence, he is an indivisible whole and a perfect transcendental entity. Both Jiva soul and Krishna are transcendental. So, they belong to the same category. Same category. But they differ in this, that the transcendental attributes exist in the Jiva soul in infinitesimal degrees, very small particle. It's described, the soul's size in the scriptures describe 1/10,000th part of a tip of a hair. That's the size of the soul that is described in the scripture. So it's very, very minute, infinitesimal. Whereas in Krishna, they are found in their fullest perfection, all the attributes. Those attributes manifest themselves in their proper infinitesimal only when the Jiva soul attains his unadulterated spiritual status. Until then, they don't manifest. So until we completely spiritual, then this attributes in a very, very minute form just manifest. The Jiva soul attains the nearest approach to the absolute identity only when the spiritual force of ecstatic energy appears in him by the grace of Krishna. So by the grace of Krishna, everything, whatever, even though we have this body, is also by the grace of Krishna. And the senses and everything, whatever we have, is by the grace of Krishna we have received. And the devotee, they try to use everything in Krishna's service. So that's how it becomes spiritual inclined, and more inclined, become more spiritual. And then they become completely pure. Then these attributes are mentioned here in very infinitesimal quantity. They manifest. Still, Krishna remains the object of universal homage by reason of his possession of certain unique attributes. This fourfold unrivaled attributes do not manifest themselves in Narayan, the Lord of Vaikuntha, or in primeval Purusha avatars, or in the highest deities such as Shiva, not to speak of Jivas. So we can discover, we all know this, there are 64 that we already read in, that there are 64 excellences or 64 attributes Krishna has, artistic attributes. And those 64, here we said, Maharaj has explained, that even in they do not, these fourfold unrivaled attributes do not manifest themselves in Narayana. In Narayana, there are up to 60%, 60 qualities. Percentage by, I think, maybe 80. I don't know about the percentage, but only 60. And Krishna has 4 more attributes. There are 4. One is Venu Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri, Leela Madhuri, and fourth one, I forgot. Venu Madhuri, Leela Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri, and Prema Madhuri. So these 4 are more in Krishna than Narayana. So somewhere else is described how Jiva can get at least up to 26 qualities. Jiva. And up to Brahma. Brahma is also Jiva. So, but it's not in the fullest manifesting like that. So, it's 8 o'clock. So, I think I will stop here. Maybe we can do next time further. That would be text number 33. We do. So if anyone has any question, comment, correction, addition, please do so. And I hope Savitri Mataji is there. Maybe she can do some, help me in somehow. Hare Krishna. And if I may have committed mistakes, so please forgive me.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavata Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Very, very wonderful class, Mataji. Very nicely you explained, Mataji. Mataji, can you speak one more time about the the flute of Krishna? You were giving different names and sizes. So can you?
Yeah, I'll read it again.
Okay.
You can see that in my room the light wasn't working, so I had to go someplace. It's in the nectar of devotion. I will go in it. Sometimes I okay. Just bear with me. I had to find it. The marker came out. Krishna, qualities of Krishna. Okay. Krishna. And marker comes off, it's difficult to find it, but I'll find it. And there are 3 kinds. One is the Venu. It's very small one, 6 inches. Then
Venu, Murali, and
Vanshi. Venu, Murali, and Vanshi. Venu is small, it's 6 inches, and then the Murali is 12 to 13 inches. I still haven't found it. Let me. I left the marker in and I forgot, and it just came off. So maybe
That's
I can. Huh?
That's okay. We can you can send it in the group.
Oh, yeah, on WhatsApp I can send it. Very nice. It's in a nectar of devotion, and it describes this. Yeah. So, anything else? I don't know.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances.
Hare Krishna, Anil Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, my basic question is about when reading Bhagavatam Canto 2, I got the impression that when Brahma visited Krishna, I thought that he's seen the Vishnu form. Now, in the Brahma Samhita, it gives me the impression that we are describing Krishna. So, what is the correct understanding? Hare Krishna.
Both understanding is very nice. It's Krishna, because Krishna reveals to him. He gives the knowledge in the sound of his flute, and it's in his heart. But then in the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, first chapter, first verse, it says, Tena Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. So Brahma is Adi Kavi. And this knowledge was revealed to him in his heart by the sound of his flute. In that way, it was revealed to him. And so then and there he has, and in his meditation, he got the knowledge, and in meditation he sees Krishna. And that's what he's describing. Krishna gives him knowledge about himself and everything, whatever needs to be done. So he has all the knowledge. He receives is the first person who receives all the knowledge, all the 4 Vedas.
Okay. Now that makes sense, Mataji. Yeah, so in the Canto 2, what is explained is still the Vishnu form, or 400 forms he sees.
Yes.
Everything.
The Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Like when from the spiritual, let me start from the beginning. In Krishna is the origin, Govindam, Adipurusham, Tamam Bhajami. The original person is Govinda. And from the Govinda, his first expansion on the male side is Balaram, and the female side is Radharani. So they are non-different from Krishna. So then that is all. And then after that, from Balaram comes the Sankarsana. From Sankarsana comes Mahasankarsana. From Mahasankarsana comes Mahavishnu. From Mahavishnu, then he lies in the Karana ocean, causal ocean. And he, on his flute, from his body's whole, we have the body and then the hair. So it's a Roma Kupa, that's what it's called. Hair means, this, in the body we have a hair all over the body. So then that is called Roma in Sanskrit. And Kupa means well, it's small. So that from there, all the universe is coming out. When he breathes out, exhales. When he exhales, the universe comes out. And then universe expands. And then that is Mahavishnu is another name also for Mahavishnu, is Karanadakshayi Vishnu. Because today he is lying on this Karana ocean. So then he himself, because Karanadakshayi Vishnu, expands himself and enters in each and every universe. The unlimited universe has come out from his pores of the body whole. And so then when he enters in those universes, it's very dark. It's newly formed, so it's very hot and dark. So then when he enters this, so he perspires. The half the universe is filled with his perspiration. And then he lies on that, on a chair, and he further expands. And then he lies on a sesha, bed of sesha. It's Garbhodakshayi Vishnu. That's the second Purusha. The first Purusha is Mahavishnu, or Karanadakshayi Vishnu is first Purusha. And Garbhodakshayi is the second Purusha. So then from his lotus stem that we are seeing, reading in Bhagavatam, second canto, he has mentioned that from his navel, lotus sprouts, and on lotus Brahma is born. So then it was all dark, as I earlier said, in the universe. So he don't know what is it, how, who he is, where it is, what is his function, what he's supposed to do, nothing. He doesn't know, everything's dark. So then he climbs down the stem of the lotus for many, many long time. Then he was hoping that, maybe I'll find where I came from. But it was very, very long time he advanced, but he couldn't find anything. Didn't come to the all the way down to the Lord Garbhodakshayi Vishnu. So he comes out. And then when he comes out, the Lord knows what's going on. So he instructs him, the 2 syllables, tapa, tap. The word is tapa. Tapa means austerity. So this is the order from the Lord. Garbhodakshayi Vishnu gave him the order to perform tapasya. So he performs tapasya for a long time. And then by being pleased by him, his tapasya, then the Lord reveals him to give the knowledge. Krishna gives the knowledge in his heart and about everything. So he knows everything, that he has come out from the Garbhodakshayi Vishnu. Does that make any sense to you, or is it okay?
Yes, Mataji. Wonderful. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you for nice question. Anyone has anything to say? Correction or anything?
Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. It's a very, very nice class, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Mataji, what is your name, please?
My name is Anjana Gopika Devdasi.
Oh,
thank you so much, Mataji. It's by reading this, listening this, we can convince that Krishna has a personal form. He has everything. Means otherwise we could not believe he has personal form or not. Means by seeing each and every paraphernalia, his things. It's so nice, Mataji. And also, I was just thinking, I was somehow other devotee are so merciful. I was just singing that Alola Chandrika, means that verse you started, and I was thinking to get the meaning in that time, but you started from that verse. It was so nice, Mataji. That's why we say, Pansakalpataruvesya Kripa Sindhuvasa. The devotee are so merciful, like they will fulfill all the desire. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
It comes from Guru and Krishna. Sometimes we have question, but we don't we contemplate what is the answer, but how is this. But then sometimes we hear or we read. Reading is also hearing. So answer is there. We find it, we get the answer. So it's very nice. Anjana Gopika Mataji.
Thank you so much. All of this fruit, whatever I heard today, I never knew you got from the letter of instruction. It's so nice, Mataji. Thank you for sharing everything. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you. It's all the mercy of the devotee and Krishna and Guru. Devotee Guru Krishna. So, because years ago I have read it. I haven't read it recently, but years ago I have read it. So then when Grain came, and so then I said, and also for the garland, the flower garland he wears. So
yes, that 5 kind of garlands. I was never know any still in Mayapur Radha Madhav they were so nice. Thank you, Mataji.
Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Is there anything else?
Hare Krishna. Mataji has so much knowledge, but she doesn't speak, and she joins classes every day and she listens very carefully. And she has a lot of knowledge, but she is very humble.
Hare Krishna. I don't have a drop of humility. I'm just trying to follow. It's very nice to hear devotees' realization. And Prabhupada has given everything. Krishna gave, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave, Guru Prabhupada gave, and the devotees are giving, out of these sannyasis, they are all giving. So it's nice, the realization we can try to understand. Otherwise, really understanding Krishna, we cannot even understand the devotee of Krishna, who are as good as Krishna in fulfilling the desire, like Mataji said, Kalpavriksha. So,
Yes, Mataji.
yes, thank you, Mataji, for giving me opportunity to purify myself. Hare Krishna. If nobody has any question or comment or certain correction, then we can end the call, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. If no one has any questions, then we can.
Okay. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavyo namo namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.